The stark reality of death is a truth no living being can truly master. For those grappling with the loss of a cherished individual, the profound silence left by their absence often proves intolerable. In such a state, an unyielding longing becomes a persistent companion, a heavy burden weighing on the soul. We find ourselves asking, what is their state now? Do they perceive my pain? Will our paths ever cross again? If you find yourself deeply yearning for a departed loved one, there are insights you should embrace. I will now delve into the intricate nuances of these emotions and sensations. I'd also like to invite my listeners to subscribe to this content and give it a like. If an intense sorrow grips you, one viable approach involves permitting yourself to coexist with this profound yearning. Do not stifle your emotions. Sorrow is a natural human response, an inherent part of the grieving journey. It is misguided to assume that the mere passage of time will mend your wounds completely. To alleviate some of this searing pain, several practices may prove beneficial. Firstly, maintaining a journal can be profoundly helpful. Document your feelings, your deepest experiences, and cherished memories of your loved one. This act facilitates a deeper understanding of your emotions, allowing for the release of bottled-up pain. Secondly, explore the power of meditation and rituals. Reflect on performing a memorial ritual, perhaps preceding a meditation session focused on connecting with the departed soul. Dedicate your focus to articulating all that has remained unspoken. Thirdly, engage in open communication with others. Share your yearning with those who have traversed similar paths of loss. Coping with overwhelming emotions is often less arduous when shared, rather than endured in isolation. Fourthly, employ visualization techniques. Envision a reunion with the departed. While this practice might initially appear irrational, its efficacy is often surprising. Visualize the setting of this encounter, the words you would exchange, and their perceived reaction. This exercise can bring clarity to your complex emotions. Fifthly, embrace creativity or engage in a cherished hobby. Artistic expression can serve as a potent avenue for self-healing. Consider drawing, composing poetry, or creating music that resonates with your innermost feelings. However, a profound question often arises. Do the departed sense our longing for them, and how does this yearning impact the soul of the deceased? The soul, having departed from this earthly realm, possesses the capacity to sustain a connection with those left behind. Regardless of any dissenting opinions, the departed are believed to perceive the emotions of the living, including love, sorrow, and joy. Numerous accounts exist where relatives recount receiving subtle indications or signs from their departed loved ones. The souls of the departed are thought to sense when they are remembered and when they are missed. But why might the intense longing of the living for the deceased potentially impede their progress in the afterlife? A soul, after leaving its earthly existence, enters a state of peace and requires time for adaptation. The potent emotions of the living can exert an influence upon the soul of the departed. These intense feelings might inadvertently tether the soul to earthly concerns, hindering its transition into other realms of existence. Emotionally, the grieving individual may unconsciously bind their departed loved one to this world. This often manifests as the soul attempting to soothe those left behind by displaying signs, yet by doing so, it may divert itself from its destined path. What crucial insights should a grieving individual grasp if they profoundly miss a departed loved one? Firstly, understand that the soul might become tethered to you. Through profound sorrow, an individual can unwittingly bind the departed soul to this earthly plane, impeding its progression to higher states of existence. Secondly, consider grief's impact on a bioenergetic level. Emerging scientific understanding suggests that our emotions exert influence not only psychologically, but also energetically. Protracted sorrow can obstruct your natural energy flow, negatively impacting both your well-being and the serene memory of the departed. Thirdly, you risk obscuring positive memories. A persistent focus on sorrow, a constant replay of the narrative of loss, can cause the grieving person to lose the capacity to recall joyful moments shared. The departed soul merits a legacy of bright and cherished memories. Fourthly, intense longing can detrimentally affect one's health. Researchers have identified a correlation between abnormally extended emotional strain and various health issues. Chronic stress and depression compromise the immune system, often resulting in physical ailments. Fifthly, your thoughts possess the power to attract specific energies. Indeed, our thoughts and feelings inherently wield considerable power. Enduring deep suffering can inadvertently draw in negative energies, which subsequently exacerbate our state. Feelings of profound sorrow leave us susceptible to manipulation by malevolent entities. While it's a common belief that death brings peace and tranquility, it's crucial to recognize that the negative emotions of the living profoundly affect the souls of the deceased. This understanding is rooted in the comprehension that we are, at our core, not merely physical, but also energetic beings. The turmoil, grief, and despair experienced by friends and relatives generate a potent energetic field that harms the departed soul. When a person alive succumbs to deep despondency over a loved one's passing, a distinct, damaging energy is created, which many interpret as a form of sin. This analogy, however, should not be construed in its traditional or religious sense. Instead, in a transcendental reality, this sin functions as a binding link, impeding souls from leaving realms of suffering and evolving into more elevated states. Spiritual teachers encourage those undergoing bereavement to release this detrimental energy, thus enabling the spiritual ascent of the departed soul. Love is an unbroken current of energy. To genuinely aid a soul, the fundamental step involves cultivating a new way of loving. Meditation can serve as one powerful method for managing profound sorrow. Focus on your emotions, accept their presence, but prevent them from overwhelming your mind and spirit. Silently implore the soul of your cherished one to find ultimate peace and supreme harmony. Envision a radiant light encompassing both yourself and the departed, thereby fostering a mutual flow of affection and serenity. Your memories are not merely burdens, they represent a unique human experience that can be transformed into something more constructive. Consider establishing a ritual of remembrance. Perhaps compose a letter to your loved one, sharing how profoundly you love them and the significant ways in which they shaped your life. Such acts will not only enable you to articulate your deepest sentiments, but also empower you to liberate your energetic self from corrosive emotions. Always remember that your grief is a normal human response, but even in this state, prioritizing your own well-being and emotional health is paramount. Embracing your altered reality becomes the essential key to liberation, not only for yourself, but also for the soul of your dear departed. While sorrow is an inevitable aspect of existence, it should not be permitted to govern your life. The capacity to cope with deep sadness and discover pathways for life's continuation represents vital proficiencies along this challenging journey. Be assured that your beloved ones will never be truly forgotten. Their memory continues to live vibrantly within your heart. By engaging with and processing this profound experience, you may not only find release from pain, but also uncover novel insights about yourself and the intricate, enduring connection between the realm of the living and the world of those who have passed.